It is blue versus green. It is Rangers versus Celtic. It is the hat versus the specs. It's CJNOVO992 versus RYAN118, and it's here on Fog Football. Welcome back, guys, to the channel, and we put it up for a poll. The poll was pretty simple. We explained it in 3 words. Who is better?
CJNOVO992 or RYAN118. They've got the same amount of numbers in their name. How crucial is that?
I don't think that matters a shit, to be honest.
Does it not? Right, anyway, well, they don't have the same...
Although if you take away the CJ, they've got the same amount of letters in their name as well. Does that lead to anything? Is that get the blood boiling for you? Are you excited about the prospect of that, or?
Well, all right. Well, hold on. Let's just be real about it, right? It was going to be a quick reference into the same numbers in their names, but not the same numbers in the poll results. And you've just went and hoovered that away.
I've stole your glory.
You've stolen my WCW thunder. Anyway, should we talk about the winner or the loser?
We should. It's 564 votes, and with a majority of those votes, with over 6 out of 10 of those votes, it is the one and only
CJNOVO992.
That's the one.
That's the one. You couldn't think of his name. The name that's right in front of you, you couldn't think of it. Now, the question is he going to celebrate this victory in his car? Are people going to look at him?
We're a wee car vlog.
Are people going to look at him and he's going to be like, they're in my car, and they think I'm probably mad. Hello, so please subscribe. Is he going to say that? Maybe, potentially, but he's won this poll.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CJNOVO992. Back today with another brand new video. And today we're doing a video in the car, and there's people looking at me in the car. Go fuck yourself, CJNOVO, you fucking loser. Guy sits in the car and he thinks he's Dwayne Johnson all of a sudden. It's a shite car as well. It's not like you're sitting in a fucking, I don't know, Bentley or something, or Ferrari.
Well, to be fair, we don't know we only know the exterior.
It's probably a Peugeot 206. Probably doesn't even have wheels. It's probably stationary. The guy's probably not even got a driver license, just sits there in his dad's car. Your dad, can I go and make a video about the famous Rangers? I mean, I don't know.
Maybe, right.
Although RYAN118's dad, he doesn't own a car, he owns a cart and horse. Because he's an old fucker. My dad's an old fan. He's got the wee books and the stamps. Remember that gimmick where he kept mentioning the books and the stamps?
Is old age pension or da?
Yeah, that was what...
I don't know what's the worst gimmick, the car or the old age pension or da?
They both suck. Anyway, let's get into the polls here. Let's get into the comments. Should be fun. 61% went for CJNOVO.
Well, should we say who we think's better before we?
Well, we will. 61% said CJNOVO. 39% said RYAN118. You know what? I actually think both of these guys are all right on their day. I mean, there's times I disagree with them both, and there's things that both of them do that kind of annoy me. But I mean, overall, I've got nothing bad to say about them. Well, I've kind of buried them for the first 3 minutes. No, but I think they're decent. They're decent YouTuber. I mean, I could listen to them. Put it that way.
Yeah, we do listen to them.
We do listen to them. I mean, they're all right.
Just like they listen to us.
Do they?
Oh shoot! We'll get to that a little bit later on. Well, I know.
I know
for a fact one of them did.
Well, there you go. I mean, both these guys are all right.
But what I would say is, I think a lot more Celtic fans like CJ than a lot of Rangers fans like Ryan.
Maybe that's because Celtic fans are more inclusive, and maybe Rangers fans are more bigoted, and they can't see past their blue tinted specs. They appreciate RYAN118 and what he has to offer.
Do you hear that?
What?
What are you saying?
Anyway, let's just get into the comments here. See what we've got.
Right,
Martin Cosgrove.
What a snowball, Martin.
I wonder if he's he's related to Sam Cosgrove. Remember that big guy that scored goals for Aberdeen?
Aye. Maybe, but anyway, I'm a Celtic fan.
Not quite as good as Miowski.
I'm a Celtic fan, but CJ has definitely got it. Very knowledgeable guy. Explains it well. Oh.
I mean, does he though? Every time he's doing
What's he got though?
Every time he's doing a preview,
he's got a car.
He's got a car.
He's got a car.
I wonder if he drives that car to the games.
No, right. Maybe, I think he does. Right, but let's be real. So, very knowledgeable guy. Is he very knowledgeable in the sense that he's more knowledgeable than RYAN118? Because I would absolutely say he is more knowledgeable than RYAN118. I would. I think when CJ was breaking down his games, he I've accused the guy of being boring in the past. I'll stand by that. But I think he does break it down better. Ryan can whip out 3 things we learned, but we learn hee-haw. You know what I mean? So, at least I think for CJNOVO, I think when it comes to talking about decisions, he is unbiased. I think RYAN118 ain't.
I reckon RYAN118's dad found at Celtic with his wee Stamp book?
Aye.
Season book?
I probably did back in 1888. I would make him what? How old's that? That's pretty old, like 23, 120.
The numbers add up. Scott Steiner.
135-year-old.
Scott Steiner Mask gets you there.
Nice, does it? Take my 10% chance of winning, but he explains it well. Do you think who explains it better at the two of them?
I think CJNOVO certainly does better breakdowns. I wouldn't go as far as saying he's more entertaining or anything like that, but
he didn't say that though.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
He said he got it, so maybe.
I think he breaks down the matches more. He goes into a bit more detail. Now, if that's what you're looking for, then great. Some people aren't really looking for that. Some people don't really care what happened in the 29th minute.
True. Right. Bronzed. CJ, and it's not even close.
It's bronzed. Is it no?
Bronzed. It probably is. I didn't even.
I mean, he says CJ and it's not even close, but I mean, I think 61-39 is close enough, isn't it?
Is he a Rangers fan though? He might be. He might be.
He might be. Kai Soar RFC. Hopefully another Scotland win under the lights of Hampden tonight.
Well, neither of these guys support Scotland, so
yeah. I mean, RYAN118 supports Ireland, and CJNOVO probably.
He's never been though.
I've never
thoughts on the Dublin riots, Ryan.
Never stepped foot in the 6 counties or the other 26 counties down south of the border. South of the border,
it's
lad.
The first time he's realised there's 26 counties.
Yeah,
south of the border, Dunglow, brother.
32 in total.
Alright, but yeah, Scotland didn't win. Right, so the next comment, to be fair, they're both really good and decent lads.
I agree with that. I'll bash them anyway, but they're alright.
They're alright, aye. Right, Tom says, I can't believe these so-called Celtic fans on this site watch and listen to an iBox Hun. Get a fucking life and listen to Celtic sites. Give the Hun fuck all. Hail, hail.
What are you doing on our channel, mate?
you think we're Celtic? What's he all about?
Fucking Hun and Diet on here, man.
No, best of both. Huns. Right. This guy, that's the same copy and paste comment there for Paul.
Have you noticed when you go on the computer, you don't get when you go on like desktop, you don't get the Indian flag, you just get IN. But when you go on the mobile, you get the Indian flag.
The Indian flag?
Oh, that's what the IN is. Just doesn't show up on desktop.
So why is he sending an Indian flag?
Maybe he's from India.
Paul McGowan is from India.
Maybe he supports Israel. Because Israel and India have a strong connection.
Yep.
Allies.
Celtic fans supporting Israel. First of many. Colin Williams says, CJ tells how it is. The other just makes stuff up as he goes along and full of excuses.
Aye, why not?
So CJ tells her how it is. You know what, right? CJ does. I think, see this season, he was even calling it Beal in pre-season. So it's not like we can say, oh, he just joined the bandwagon. He was calling it the pre-season. You know, Rangers were shite off season.
Whereas earlier in the season, when Brendan Rodgers and Celtic weren't playing great, RYAN118 was still kissing his arse.
Yeah, I think Ryan, he is full of excuses that way. Like we knew, but he's a Brenda lover though, isn't he?
He loves a bit of Brenda.
He loves a bit of Brenda, that's for sure.
Can't get a Brenda enough.
Can't get Brenda enough. Mr. Bubba says, Ryan, absolutely 100%. Where's green specs? CJ is honest.
So he's going with CJ then? A lot of the comments going with CJ.
Aye. Initially I read that Ryan absolutely 100% as in he is the man. Well, 4 replies. Let's see what the replies said. Load of crap. I've never heard Ryan being biased.
You never watched any of his vids then?
Yeah, because you're a Celtic fan. Should get your facts right before you open your gob. Where does it state I support them? I'm in neutral. Not that you would know what that is. Mr. Bubba says, simmer down, you absolute moonfruit. Ryan, every time I've seen him, absolutely wears green tints. You're acting like someone butthurt you personally. Get a grip.
Well, I mean, Ryan wears specs and CJ doesn't, so maybe they do have green tints.
Maybe he wears contacts.
Maybe he does.
Certainly wears a hat, though. Anyway, Gary, both good. I watched CJ, but seen
so
Ryan...
Mark Robinson, to be honest.
What?
Wore a hat. Didn't really work for me.
What about the bread? What about
that? Gary2494 says, both good. I watched CJ, but Ryan on Scottish Football Podcast and the boy seems fair. This is a daft poll, because Rangers fans, Celtic vote Celtic. You're not going to find out anything from this poll. Disagree, because some Rangers fans, I think there's been a couple of Celtic fans that have already voted for CJ in the comments, and then you're going to get people from clubs outside the Old Firm, and they will probably have a neutral view on this. So, I mean, I get what you're saying. Most Rangers fans will vote CJ, and most Celtic fans will vote Ryan, but I mean, the fact that we've got 61% saying CJ Novo tells me that you've had more of the neutral fans vote for CJ, and you possibly had more Celtic fans vote for CJ than you've had Rangers fans vote for Ryan. So I don't think it's a daft poll.
See, at the end of the day, though, I mean, we're not taking this poll to Downing Street. I mean, it's a poll on a YouTube channel.
It doesn't mean shit.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, for all we know, RYAN118 could still be miles better than CJ.
Nah, we don't know fucking hee-haw. Right, Janice says, going to be some atmosphere at Hampden tonight. Come on, Scotland. We drew for each. Steve Clark got it wrong, didn't he?
You know what? I mean, he's qualified us for the Euros. I'm not going to bash the guy.
Nah, well, these two don't watch
Any
it.
man that says Ken is a bell end, so obviously Ryan. CJ, no, I think Ryan says Ken as well. Convinced I've heard Ryan say Ken.
I'm not too convinced, Ken. Ken, I know.
No, I think Ryan says Ken a lot. I know CJNOVO992 says, but I think RYAN118 says as well.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter, man, to be honest. It's not the worst word I've ever heard used. Right, Lewis McCrimmon says, CJ's way better than Ryan. He's much funnier and not as biased. No contest. We are the people. Well, there you go. No contest. We are the people. I think when it comes to comedy, they're both lacking. I think it's very I know it's very forced. Like,
CJNOVO992 is about as funny as that fucking guy that managed Hearts, and I can't even remember his name.
Ian Caffrey?
That's the one.
Was he, in terms of how bad it was, or was he a comedian or something?
No, I mean, in terms of how much I was laughing during his spell.
Well, I mean, if you didn't laugh, you'd cry, so it was one of the two.
I'm pretty sure.
No, but I mean, there was a thread the other week. Cantwell scored, I think, and he was on about his missus was at the game, and that every time she's there, Cantwell scores. And he tried to. Well, what was it about? It was something about every time she's there, Cantwell scores. I don't know if something's going on, but if Cantwell keeps producing, I don't mind. But then he's like, I might keep it in, but I might not. He says it after everything.
What he did was he tried to tell a joke about how he thinks maybe Cantwell and his girlfriend are having an affair, but if Cantwell keeps scoring, then he'll let the affair go. And then afterwards, he was deciding whether or not he was going to keep it in the video or whether he was going to cut it. But you know what? It was like so fucking cookie cutter, and it was like as safe as he could possibly fucking go. You know, instead of just jumping in 2 feet and actually coming up with a joke, he kind of just like insinuate it a little bit and allowed us to like read between the lines rather than just come out and fucking say it.
So it was like,
be like saying, you know what? Every time my girlfriend turns up, Cantwell's scoring the goals. Here, maybe Cantwell's banging her when I'm not looking, but here, if he continues banging in the goals, I'll continue letting him bang her. Could have said something along those lines, but he botched and he chickened out and he just tried to say something very, very PG. And I get he's like that, but I mean, come on.
They're both like that, aren't they? Although I think CJ a wee bit more. Like, but it was like in snooker, he went for like the shite baggiest safety of all time.
Instead of going for the pot,
right.
Long shot.
We've got a reply to that. Check the reply.
He might not be biased, but you're so for that, I will vote for the other guy. But you are for sure. So David Max voted for RYAN118 just because this guy's voted for CJ. Fair enough. Trying to equal things out there. Mike72 said CJ. I mean, there's not. Ryan is a bigot. CJ discusses football. There's not a lot of love here for RYAN118. Ross Milton says both good, but Ryan is the funniest.
Let's go back to Ryan as a bigot. What's he said? What's Ryan? First hand, what's RYAN118 said to suggest he's a bigot? I can't really recall anything that he said.
Well,
especially since I'm not saying he's mainstream, but since he's like, you know, became a bit more known.
Well, he pretty much didn't condemn anything that Palestine's done.
Nah, that's to be expected though.
Well, that's
yeah, but not to condemn it.
No, but he wasn't crying out for peace, or he wasn't speaking about atrocities that Palestine have committed. But as soon as Israel fight back, it's as Israel attacks and all the Palestinians are being purged here and all this shit. It's like, well, he wasn't saying shit when he wasn't calling for peace when it was the Israelis getting attacked. So I'd say that's close to being a bigot in my eyes.
Close to being a bigot. I remember when.
But he doesn't like Jews.
So like, well, there you go. I mean, there you go. That's case closed. But I remember when Celtic were away in Real Madrid last season, they were attacking. Remember they were attacking the police.
Aye.
That's when RYAN118 checked out our video and they were attacking the police. We were condemning it. You know, that goes across the board. I mean, there's no real excuse to be attacking the police.
Aye.
In a football sense like that. I mean, there's not. But anyway, let's move on. Ross Milton says...
Plus, I'm not going to accuse him of singing songs I don't know that he sung, but I reckon he would sing a song about someone in a box, to be fair.
Aye, I'm a betting man, and I would put a decent amount of money on that.
I'm not going to go all in, but yeah, I'd stick a decent amount on it. Chloic said, Celtic fan, obviously watch Ryan more and enjoy his videos as an analyst, but can't lie, I've watched many of CJ's videos and he's brand new. Both are brilliant to represent their club and fans. Yeah, both are alright. Archie Neal says, hard to choose, both are good, both are biased for their teams. I follow both to get a realist perspective. When things are not going well on the field, they aren't shy to call it out. Well, yeah, I remember RYAN118 shitting his pants because that one bad season that Celtic had. I mean, oh, God forbid you didn't win 10 in a row. I mean, come on to Christ. David Mack, I think Ryan says it as it is.
Pride of Lanarkshire, Motherwell, none of them. Both support the Mankey mobs. Lol. Nah, I'd vote Ryan. He seems pretty sound anytime I've seen on podcasts and stuff. Let's go, Alan Smith. I voted for CJ as I am a Rangers fan, but I've watched Ryan's channel and the guy comes across well. It's good to see them both doing well.
I tell you what, though, what's that Rangers forum called?
Which one?
The big one.
I can't remember.
The main one.
On YouTube?
No, forum, mate. Not, therefore
Aye,
not.
the one you and Cameron's on?
Is it like Broxy Bear or something?
Aye, something like that, aye.
CJNOVO992's hate it on that.
Is he?
Aye.
Why is he hating that?
I don't know, but I remember being on it once and I checked out some threads and there was like a thread
I
about...
need more than this.
Well, there was a thread about him saying... Someone made a post saying, what do you think of the YouTuber? CJNOVO992, and basically all the replies to the thread were, he's a wanker, he's a knob, he doesn't know what he's talking about and all this stuff, he's a tool. They were basically just bashing him.
But in what context? Like what were they thinking?
Just
why
saying that he's a walloper, like he
and-
doesn't have a clue what he's talking about and all this shit. The way he gets on, the way he tries to be funny, sponsor break and all this shit.
Well, I
I mean,
mean,
this was from 3 years ago, maybe. I think 3-4 years ago. I think his content has changed a bit since then.
yeah.
Although to be fair, I do think his best stuff was like the raw stuff that he did in like 2016, 17 when Rangers, like literally every old firm were on the end of a pumping. I think that was his best content.
Yeah.
But I think he's better now than he was a couple of years ago. I think a couple of years ago he was doing this annoying fucking sponsor break shit with CM Punk's music. I mean, watching wrestling as an adult, that's probably enough to get an entire forum hating you.
Nah, we don't do that.
That's no, fucking definitely.
Oh, come on. RYAN118 spends his dad's
it's-
pension on fucking going to London to watch Money in the Bank.
Did he not miss the Celtic game because of that?
Pretty sure he did that.
Fucking fruitcake.
Go on.
Oh, I need to see Seth Rollins. Why are we even talking about two guys that watch wrestling here, for God's sake?
I know. We're two guys that talk about wrestling, so what's it about? Who's the fruitcakes now? But right, Robot Truck or Robot Rock? I say this guy's name Rock and Roll all the time. Both of them are a pair of tits.
I think it's Robot Rock.
It is Robot Rock, but I said Robo Truck.
Robot Truck. Robot.
2205 says they're both a pair of tits. Would you agree with that?
Aye, why not?
Fuck me, there's more comments.
RJC said who?
Right, I'm honoured that you know us before these two, but come on, you must know who these two are. Right, Gav says CJ by a mile, but Ryan is alright for a Celtic fan, relatively speaking.
Of course.
I've
still yet to see a Rangers fan give Ryan the nod.
Lagarth,
Pay for inbred mutant moonhowlers. That's come for a Celtic fan.
a die-hard one. He goes to every Scotland game, him.
Aye.
So I wonder why he's hating on Ryan. I thought they all stick together, inclusive for that shite. Like a hotel deal. What's going on there? Lagear, let us know.
Oh, you can eat. Tim's Wine said CJ no contest. We are the people.
It got 2 replies, and I think that might be us done after these 2 replies. But Gav giving it the thumbs up, and then more biased and not neutral, David Mack.
David Mack's been replying to a lot of these comments. I mean, he's trying to save RYAN118, but I just don't think it's going to work.
No, what I think's hard though.
The comments and the votes are against him.
No, what I think's hard as well though, right? Because I mean, let's be real. Don't need to lie about this. Celtic have dominated since this YouTube thing's been going on. It would be interesting to see if they got flipped. Yeah. For the one season that it was, Ryan was very, not I wouldn't say down to earth, but he was very.
It was probably his best year, wasn't it?
Aye.
I just think if things are going worse for your team, I think you've got the material and the option just to create better vids because you can go on more rants and stuff like that. But with Celtic's period of domination, like, what can Ryan come on? Basically, he comes on every vid with a smile on his face like that. Another 4-5-0, 6-0 win the day, lads. Great. I mean, he's not had to come on every Old Firm game where it's been 5-0 Rangers. And I just wonder how his YouTube career would have panned out. Because there's no doubt about it, when your team loses, you get more views.
Yeah.
People want to see your vids more when your team lose. Like, I guarantee you, CJ Novo, right? If Rangers win 3-0 against Celtic, and if Rangers lose 3-0 against Celtic, he will get more views for Rangers losing 3-0.
Yeah.
Because people will want to come on and hear him rant and hear what he has to say about the defeat. And it would probably be the same for RYAN118, but during his time on YouTube, Celtic have won.
Tenure.
Celtic have won majority of the game, so be interesting to see what would happen if it switched. But there you go, guys. Like, I think they're both alright. I know I did take a few jabs at them and stuff like that, but they're alright. I mean, they're not bad guys, are they?
Well, no, we have to say who's better though. We can't just sit on the fence like two fucking shite bags. So let's get started. You go first, then I'll go.
I actually prefer RYAN118.
Do you?
I think so, aye.
It's a weird one.
I think CJNOVO comes across as a bit fake. I don't know. Always thought that.
Yeah. I think he does. But I don't like Ryan, so I'm gonna...
Although, I tell you what, at least CJNOVO doesn't do the 3, 2, 1.
No, he doesn't do that.
That kind of pisses me off.
That does piss me off. Don't piss me off. I'm going to give CJNOVO the rub, so to speak.
I'll go with a draw. 1-1.
Aye, I'm not going to give him the rub in his car, though.
Point apiece.
Aye, you're getting point apiece. Any other Scottish YouTubers we could do? Footy Adventures.
Who do you match him up against, though?
Don't know, is there any other English people that hoover fuse off our game? I don't.
What about that guy, the Ginger did?
Blair McNally?
Aye.
I've been watching his vids recently, he's alright.
Blair McNally.
He did a challenge recently where he went to every stadium in the same day for charity. I'd like to do something like that.
Well, go get in your car like CJNOVO and you can do it.
CJNOVO couldn't be able to do it. He'd park up he can do it within 24 hours. He'd park up every stadium like
Make me fit. Oh, I'm outside the Drumbo bar or whatever that's called. The Drumbone.
Aye.
Queen's Park State. No, not Queen's Park. I fucking don't know. End this video.
End this video, guys. Anyway, it's a close one to call. It's not
Scottish football's back this week. That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. And these two bastards are probably going to have a meltdown. So I think one's got more chance of having a meltdown than the other. What I would say is, I don't think either of them go into meltdown mode. There's never a rant in them. I'd say if one's the rant, it's more Ryan.
What I would say about CJ, you know what, I'll change my mind. I think CJNOVO is the better one because he kind of reminds me of the Scottish Spencer. Very politically correct, very PG, but I think he does a good job of reviewing games and presenting himself. So I think he's like a much smaller scale Spencer with much less money than Spencer.
Yeah, we don't know him. He might have more money than Spencer.
Yeah, his car looks like a bag of shite, so I'm going to say no.
What's Spencer driving these days?
Oh, come on. see if a guy had more money than Spencer, he'd be making vids in a mansion. He'd be in the fucking one of the spare 1,000 rooms. He wouldn't be in a car.
You wouldn't have seen his house, he might.
No, the fact
I mean RYAN118 lives in his old pensioner's dad's fucking attic.
So I don't think he's got much money, does he? When he does, he spends it on WWE, so fuck him, loser. Anyway, hopefully Celtic lose to Motherwell this week, guys. Catch you in the next
one.
And
hopefully the Rangers win.
Aye,
anyway, till then, guys, peace.
The St Mirren are coming.
Woo!